B.3.1 Describe the structural features of monosaccharides. Monosaccharides are classified by the number of carbon atoms they have. The most common are triose sugars, C3, pentose sugars, C5, and hexose sugars, C6. The empirical formula for all monosaccharides is CH2O. Monosaccharides consist of polar hydroxyl groups with two or more hydroxides and one carbonyl group. These polar hydroxyl groups are responsible for their solubility in water. B.3.2 Draw the straight chain and ring structural formulas of glucose and fructose. Shown are the straight chain and ring structural formulas of glucose and fructose. Glucose and fructose are isomers of C6H12O6. The difference between straight chain and ring structures is that the structure of the straight chain undergoes an internal reaction in aqueous solution, causing it to become a ring structure. There are also isomers of glucose called cyclic glucose. These differ in positions of hydroxide groups.
B.3.3 Describe the condensation of monosaccharides to form disaccharides and polysaccharides. Disaccharides are formed by the condensation of two monosaccharides. A molecule of water is eliminated when an OH group from each monosaccharide react. Polysaccharides are formed by the repetition of the condensation reaction between the two monosaccharides, and they create a chain of monosaccharides held by glycosidic bonds. Three most familiar disaccharides are sucrose, which is made of glucose and fructose, lactose, which is made of galactose and glucose, and maltose, which is made of glucose and glucose. B.3.4 List the major functions of carbohydrates in the human body. Monosaccharides are water-soluble and are used by cells quickly. They are used in respiration and in synthesis of fats, nucleic acids, and amino acids. Polysaccharides are not water-soluble. They are the storage form of carbohydrates and are mostly stored as glycogen in the liver and muscles.
B.3.5 Compare the structural properties of starch and cellulose and explain why humans can digest starch but not cellulose. Both are made up of glucose units. Starch of alpha-glucose polymers and cellulose of beta-glucose polymers. And starch has two forms, amylose and amylopectin, which have 1,4-alpha-glycosidic links. Cellulose is a beta-glucose polymer with 1,4-beta-glycosidic links, and it's a structural material in plant or animal cells. Mammals are unable to digest cellulose because the enzyme cellulase is required to hydrolyze cellulose, and it's absent in most mammals. B.3.6 State what is meant by the term dietary fiber. Dietary fiber is a substance that can't be digested by the body. One example of this is cellulose. B.3.7 Describe the importance of a diet high in dietary fiber. Dietary fiber helps maintain the health of large intestines through cellulose fibrils along the digestive tract, which stimulate the production of mucus along the lining, which smooths the digestive tract, which prevents diseases such as diverticulosis, irritable bowel syndrome, constipation, obesity, Crohn's disease, hemorrhoids, and diabetes mellitus. It can also help prevent colorectal cancer, as well as led to the increase of whole grains and plant foods like salads and vegetables sold at markets.